We're ready for you.
Okay, awesome. Hey guys, it's such an honor to be here with you. And can I just say that your coach, Amanda, is so awesome. I can't even believe all of the thought and the love and the planning. Like, you guys just need to give her like extra big hugs today. I know it was her birthday yesterday, which is so fun. But goodness, I just hosted a retreat for our team. And I will tell you that just the whole heart that goes into a retreat is like nothing you've ever felt before. And so it's an honor to be here, and just make sure to love on each other a ton. And thank you, Amanda, for having me. I've never done this before. So I'm like, oh, hey, now let me run towards the vomit, because that's what we do as coaches. We just get comfortable being uncomfortable. So that's me today. So thanks for letting me grow with you girls today, because teaching, I think, grows us almost more than learning sometimes, because we have a lot of information coming at us as coaches. And so just wanted to say that. So thank you. I appreciate you, Amanda. And I have to tell you guys too, early on in my coaching business, I went to a retreat in Florida, and Autumn was there. Are you kidding me? Cocktail party with her, kicking it, standing right next to her, like small group workout with her. It was a game changer. So this weekend I know is going to change your game. And that I don't know if I wouldn't have been at some of those events and retreats, I don't know that I would still be here today. So I know that this is setting the trajectory for your business in amazing ways. So yes. Okay, a little bit about me, you guys. I'll keep it short. I am a mom of two. I live in Washington, so I'm like 30 minutes south of Seattle, on the water. It's gorgeous here. I've lived here all my life. I have two kiddos, 9-year-old girl named Samantha and a 7-year-old boy named Jude, and I've been married for 14 years to my husband, who is 6'7". He is like ginormous. So my background I come from the land of Nordstrom, where I did cosmetics for 8 years. I did bridal makeup. I then after I got married, I went to aesthetic school because I had acne. I ate fast food and crap most of my 20s. So I had acne that I was trying to learn. Our mess usually becomes our message, right? Thank you, Shakeology, for clearing up my skin. But I was learning skin, and I wanted to work in a spa. Well, I realized that the spa life was similar to the retail life. People come and get services when they're not at work. Okay. So that wasn't as family friendly for me. I got into spray tanning, which was fun. But after I had my daughter, I was like, oh, I'm only going to work one day a week. And I had always been on the yo-yo train with diets, and I struggled really bad, especially when I first got married. We gained like 15 pounds. I'd be like, oh, it's a slumber party again because we're married. Let's have cookies, popcorn, and stay up till 2 watching movies. And Matt and I my husband and I, we just went so crazy. Just the South Beach diet, the fat flush diet, the blood type diet, like all the diets, and it led us nowhere. So when I got pregnant with my second baby, Sam was 2. So I got pregnant with Jude, and I had a gluten issue. I've been gluten-free for 7 years now. Didn't even know I had it, but my pregnancy was kind of rough because I was eating a bagel every day with like 2 packs of cream cheese. That's another story. So you can obviously tell I've got like food and binge eating issues from straight out the gate, right? But Matt was like, my husband hit the scale at 300 pounds, and he's like, I'm about to have a son and I'm about to have 2 kids. What am I doing with my life? So he got P90. You guys have probably heard this a million times. He got P90X out of our closet, literally dusted it off. And that is not even a fake story. That is true. He got it for his birthday like 2 years. I'm like, how many people have shared that same story? So he did P90X, Insanity, which Insanity is the one program I have not done. PS. I've done T25 and Transform 20, but Insanity is so hard. Then he did the Ultimate Reset. So over the course of my pregnancy, he lost 65 pounds, which is absolutely completely rude because I'm like making him Ultimate Reset food. And the kale that I bought at the farmer's market, I also snuck over to the donut place at the farmer's market and stuck the donut in my pocket. And then I'd eat the donut in my apron and make him the kale Ultimate Reset stuff. So I was like, this is out of control. You're so rude right now. But all joking aside, he looked fantastic, and it totally put us on a good path for what am I going to do when this baby pops out? Like, it's now or never for me. Like, that's what I thought, because we are going to be done having kids after 2, even though I still want a third, but whatever, marriage issues. So he just had this most amazing transformation. And so we signed up as discount coaches with his friend from high school, and we needed 2 bags of Shakeology a month. And I was making green smoothies from the said kale, from the said donut stand farmer's market place. Okay. So I like try to blend these green smoothies. And like, this ratio was off, like, and it was just the constant, like, clean the kale, wash the kale, blend the kale. This sucks. So to have Shakeology show up to my doorstep every 30 days is like heaven. So there's a little selling point you can maybe talk to busy moms about, like, it's just a quick meal that you don't even have to put in your grocery like cart. Like, you don't even have to carry that in the house and break your arms with the 10 plastic grocery bags on your arm because you only want to make one trip, right? So it's so good. So anyway, Shakeology saved our butts. We signed up with his friend from high school, had no intention of working the business. And I decided when Jude was 3.5 months old, I decided I'm going to do Turbo Fire, because a friend had given me a burned copy of Turbo Jam back in the day when I was first married. And I remember like rocking out to it in my basement, which is where I work out now, and this other house in our basement. So I was like, I like Shalene. I'm going to do Turbo Fire. So I did 5 months of it, lost 40 pounds, got abs, and felt incredible. And I was like, if I could just help one other mom do this, that would be so amazing. Because I feel I didn't have abs ever. Like, what, 10 months? My baby was 10 months old and I had abs. It was insane. So we all know that there ain't no body like a beach body. I always say that. I'm like, it's true. But we all come from different places and have different stories. So anywho, I got off the yo-yo diet train, and I've been on the Beachbody train ever since. And can we just have a moment of silence for this train that we are on, because we are headed to Result City and we are on the right train. Finally, my friends, finally. Wherever your story brings you to here, it's such a good, again, wherever you've been, use that mess to be your message, and don't hide it, because it's powerful and it brought you here. So anyway, I love that I don't have to break my wrist waxing bikinis and doing 1.5 hour long European facials. Okay. I can sit and I can work in pockets of time, and I make probably about the same. I work this business more part-time because I'm mom first, but I love that my paychecks come every Thursday, and I'm like, I would have to, like, how many eyebrows would I have to wax to earn this? This is crazy. So no more retail for this, mama. It's such a blessing. So that's a little bit about me. And now I'll get in, because what time is it? I don't want to go too long. You can already tell I can talk for a hot second. But so I love Shalene Johnson. When I first started, I totally went to some of her seminars and stuff. And she always says, smart people take notes. So I know you guys have your notepads because you're all smart. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I do have a Google Drive of all of my scripted, I know that's bad, invites, where it's just things that have been working for me lately and just wording that you can borrow if you want me to send it over. So, okay, let me get right into it. Are we good? Inviting is my jam. Like this, I don't know how this introverted, quiet girl who used to stand in the aisles of Nordstrom asking people, do you want to sit in my chair so I can try this lipstick on you? And they'd be like, no, no, no. Like, what the people at the mall that try to hand out stuff to you, that was me. Okay. So like, I didn't want to be salesy, and I didn't want to go for no, and I didn't want to do all those things. I wanted to hide perfectly behind my computer and behind my filtered posts, but that's not how we grow a business. So inviting has become my jam because I had to do it if I wanted to grow this thing. So I had built up my friends list. Obviously, you guys know we get 5,000 friends on Facebook. So keep building up that friends list and going to the people that you like, the people that you connect with and relate with, and just friend some of their friends. As long as you have one person or two friends in common with them, I will friend them if I feel like they look like someone that I could chit chat with at a coffee shop, right? So when I started inviting, I was so nervous, and I had been posting, at least once a day. And if you're making sure that you post on your social media, your private message invite doesn't seem so like skeezy, or doesn't feel so bad, because they can obviously go and snoop you out, right? They can see that you're legit, because that's what we are. We're not going to not show up on social for 7 days, have our business closed for 7 days, and then try to invite people. That's not how it works, right? So at least one social post a day is my tip. But man, when I first started, I was like, this is so terrible. I just like the lull came in my business and I was like, I'm going to go down my friends list. I'm going to just make sure that I just start whatever. I just like started typing stuff. I didn't even know what to do. We were driving down to Oregon to Sun River for a family vacation. I put the hotspot on my phone and I just did it. And it was so uncomfortable and I hated it so much. But people started to respond. You start to feel that energy, that excitement. And then it wasn't so bad after a while. But sorry, I'm like making sure I go over my notes. But yeah, when you guys first started, like you first put your before and after picture on social media, and you guys, I'm sure, have gotten to the place in your business where you've had to do cold invites. I'm not talking to like brand new coaches, but that feeling of like shaking, that's the feeling that's healthy, right? So when you go to post that before and after and you go to send those cold invites, like if there's that healthy fear, that's good. And that's kind of that same feeling for us when we do that. But when you break the fear of it, and I feel like so often there is this big fear, and the fear is, I think of fear because it's always going to be there for us, right? We don't have to let it steer the wheel. We don't have to let it right in the front seat even. It can sit in the back seat, but fear is always going to be there. And I think of it like a young stallion that you have to almost train it out of you. And that's what I've done with inviting. And that's what, if you can continue to like not let people get in your head and not let the things that people say, then you win. And so I think of it like a horse trainer breaking the young stallion and being like, I broke you, fear of inviting. Because now, this is the one thing that I know I will continually have to do. You're going to have to rebuild. You're going to have to get new coaches. You're going to have to invite your coaches to, super weekend and super, summit and all the things. Like you're constantly inviting is basically going to be your middle name from here on out. But when it becomes that second nature, that's when it feels the best. So all of our middle names are inviting now. And Carl said something so profound on the National Wake Up Call this week, you guys. He said, if you want something from this opportunity, you must keep inviting. And I was like, Carl, I love you. Like that was such a small little sentence to say, but it was so profound. And I picked up on it because I was thinking of you guys, but I was like, dang, Carl, you always say the right thing. We love you. You're our boyfriend. We love you. So I'm going to go through this and be like, I'm going to just talk about just the who, what, where, why, how, when, whatever. Wait, did I not do when? So no, I did do it on here. It's just not it's not portioned off, but okay. I'm going to go through it and I'm going to be like clever. Who, what, why, where, when, how. Okay. So who, people that are like you, people who need what you need. Close your eyes for a second with me and just think of who she is that needs this. Who were you when you needed this? Just close your eyes and how much, what did she need? How much did she hate getting dressed in the morning? Was she crying when she'd get on the scale or when she'd try to put those jeans on? Would she say no to social events because she didn't feel comfortable because it seemed like all of her other friends had such an easier time with their weight and they always looked cute in their outfits and she constantly felt like she was the only one struggling? Would she let her spouse see her naked or even with the lights on? Would she constantly cover up and hide her body? Would she look in the mirror and say, terrible things about herself? Would she sit on the couch and immediately, put a pillow on her lap to cover her tummy or like hide under a blanket and eat snacks and just watch a show all day? Did she feel stuck? Did she feel depressed? Did she feel like the dark days were closing her in? When you think about her and who you're inviting, you're going to more likely show up for her. The you before this whole thing that you have now at your fingertips is that person that you are going to sit down and think about when you write your posts and when you go to do your invites. And when we pay this forward, it definitely pays us back. So when you think of who do I invite? Where do I start? Start for the people that are watching your stories or liking your Facebook posts. Think about, like I said, adding to your Facebook friends and getting to the 5,000 max. Think about your challengers. You can invite them to the coaching opportunity. And I have a good little thought on that too. But but really like it's all seems pointless if you're not thinking about her. Do you know what I mean? And that is what, like, who was I? And what if I had never seen Matt's friend posting on Facebook about Shakeology? She literally posted every single ingredient in Shakeology, and that's what, and like her workouts, and that's what attracted us, you know? And P.S. I've been hitting Success Club 5 since November of 2013. So like it takes a lot of inviting to like hit Success Club that many months in a row. And I've been like SC10 legend, and because I want the free leads and I want to create more freedom for my family. But I just wanted to give you that picture because what happens to her if you do not show up for her? What happens to her if you don't show up for her? That's the question. And that's the beauty of this business, because we get to pay it forward like that. And Carl's mission, Carl isn't going anywhere. Beachbody's not going anywhere. We're only going to grow, right? So, but you know, for your challengers too, you guys, a great way to invite to the coaching opportunity is to say, just, you know, have you ever thought, like, you're doing so awesome in the group? Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Maybe sharing it with a couple friends, like earning your, you know, little commission kickback. And even if they say like, no, I'm just so busy, just tell them like, do me a favor. Will you just look at it? Will you just look at it? Because we can never trust the economy. I know you're super busy, but this type of business does attract the busy person because it's so good. Because obviously with the workouts, they're so short. The business, you know, little time chunks can be so short. And people are going to start asking you anyway how you're getting a result. So kind of phrasing it like that is nice too. Like, just do me a favor, just look at it, because you never know. You may want to earn some extra money for a trip for your family or whatever. And this is a great way to do it. So, all right. So that's the who. So now the what. Okay. So corporate always does so much magical things for us as coaches. They're always giving us good things. And now they've given us these free workouts to invite with. So I've been using that. I'm like, do you want me to send over a free 30-minute workout? And I kind of give like a little info in my invite, because it's like going to Costco, right? You're going to sample like this fancy dip that costs $10, and you're not going to buy it necessarily unless you try a sample. And then you're like, oh, it's worth the $10 because that tasted bomb, you know? So offer the free workouts in your invites. And like I said, what are you inviting to? You're inviting to Super Weekend. Go down your list. You're inviting to Summit. Even if it's a discount coach, you know, just see like, come to Summit with me. It's such a fun girls trip. It's such a fun weekend of growth. And then you never know what can happen, right? When you get there and you're like, this is amazing. So go down your list and invite over and over again. You can do a voice memo feature on your phone where you're like, hey girl, and you can just you can record, you know, under a minute, that voice memo. And then there's a feature where you can share that same voice memo to a bunch of different people. And I know like when I invite, I like to say, hi, Samantha. Like I like to use their first name, but with the, hey girl, you know, if you're doing a voice memo and you just want to get through it quickly, or if you're inviting to Super Weekend or inviting to something locally, just do that feature, because then it's that personal voice. Or do a video. You know, that's a fun way to do it. Like an Instagram, you can reply with a video. And I heard Kim Fitzpatrick do this, and I was like, why don't I do that? That's so personal. Like, hey girl, I'm so glad you're excited to try the free workout. What makes you the most interested? You know, like, it's so fun. Let me shoot it over to you right now. Even just them seeing your eyes in that video on a reply, I think builds that connection and that trust. That's what we're doing here, is we're building trust and we're building rapport, and they're seeing us show up, and their belief is built because they're borrowing some of ours, right? Because we already believe. They just need to kind of like, I've paid so much money for so much crap in the past, and now I just need to believe that I won't fail this time. And so making sure that, you know, we're showing up for them is super important too, as you guys know. I found my win. Okay, when are you going to invite? I needed to make a new paragraph for that one. I was like, please let me not forget my cute little thing. And I pray you guys are getting some stuff to take away with this, because I know we just have a quick minute together, but I've been thinking about you all week. So I'm just so excited to share this stuff. So, okay, when do we want to invite? Well, we get to choose, because we get to make our own schedule. We don't have to punch a clock, right? So Monday through Friday, I think, is the best. I think Saturdays are pretty dead. Sundays are really good days though. I don't know if you've found that, but like Sunday after church, that's a pretty decent day to post a call out. So I pretty much always do a Sunday call out on my social media where I'm like, challenge group, you know, at least every Sunday. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I slack, but Make your own schedule. If you were to do 10 invites a day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, that would be 200 invites a month. Now, if you want to like 10x that and just do a bunch in the first part of the month, so you can secure Success Club by the 15th of the month, that's even better. Like Moria Kajaba talked about doing 250 invites. She just like hates them, but she plugs them out and she does them all in the first like 10 days of the month. And that gives her a ton of people to talk to. And it just kind of, or I think she does it in the first week of the month actually. So she's doing like 250 invites the first week of the month. And like, she's gonna, you know what I mean? And then any follow-ups, are you kidding me? Follow-ups are the best at the beginning of the month because then you can, you know, hit your goal of Success Club and then move on. So yeah, even if you were just like, I did 200 invites this month, that's better than doing the random, if we're not tracking it, what are we doing? Like one every other day? You know what I mean? So really be mindful of it and track those numbers. Just like we track our containers, just like we track our workouts, like we track the stuff because we're business owners. So do it in pockets, you know, like if you have a full-time job, hide in the bathroom really quick and like do a little invite. If you're like had a crappy day and you're like, okay, I'm tucking myself into bed, but I have not done my invites, just shoot them out real quick. Just go to your Google Drive app on your phone or the notes of your phone or wherever you save your little invite and just shoot 5 of them out and go to sleep peacefully, right? But better than doing it at night is doing it in the morning when you're drinking your Energize and you're like, okay, energize, invite, boom, done, 5, 10, whatever you want, whatever number that you want to do. Maybe like my favorite place to do invites and when is like in the afternoon after I've done my workout and checked in with my group and stuff, like around 1 o'clock, I'll sit at Starbucks, drink coffee. I'll put on like my favorite jams, like Ed Sheeran or Sia or whoever, like Justin Bieber, the Biebs, and I kick it. Just kick it. Just get your favorite music, hang out with the Biebs, send some invites. You're going to start feeling that like love for that person that you're wanting to attract. And when you put the love out there, even if nothing seemed like it happened for that hour that you were working, know that it's going to come back to you. When you put that energy out, it will come back to you. You may get a message from someone you talked with 6 months ago that did a free group with you. And she's like, hey, Stace, I'm ready. And like you close the sale in 2 days. That happens to me all the time because I know in my heart, I'm doing the things that I need to be doing. And so when those fun things come back, it's like, thanks God, thanks for that treasure that came in that I didn't have to work so hard for when you're busy working hard and like getting the people that tell you $140 is too expensive to lose 20 pounds. I'm like, did you just tell me you wanted to lose 20 pounds? Because $140 and me as your bestie doesn't seem like it's that much money. Do you know? So I kind of just think about it that way. And then it's like a treasure hunt, right? So when I sit down, I'm like, who needs this? Treasure hunt happening now. And when you get your mind right and you have like your, you know, your why and your vision with you, and how our team name is Team Shine, because I feel like so many of us have the lights inside of that spark inside of us, but we're so like dampered down by the world or the fear of other people that we can't let our light shine. And so have your little notes that remind you why you're doing this. If I could have just one other mom, you know, feel that shine in her heart the way that this has brought to me, so that I'm not hiding behind anything anymore. I can be loud. I can be proud of my journey and proud that I ate a salad for lunch. Like, who cares? Who's here to judge you? I am 41 years old. Ain't nobody judging me anymore, even though I still get scared of stuff. You know what I mean? But like, live in that. And it's such a struggle for me. So that's why, again, I always name my team the thing that I struggle with most, because I've hidden my shine for so long. And we shouldn't have to do that. And that's what Beachbody is, the vehicle for becoming, for me, the best human that I can be for my family and my kids. And so anyway, it all starts with like putting that energy out there. So real quick to you guys, Eat That Frog is like, have you ever read that book before where you eat that frog and you're like, just do the crap first? Then it's not over your head all day long. It's like planning your food for the day. If he's like, I'm going to get my hair done today. You don't want to see the back of this head. You do not want to see the back of this nappy, greasy head. Going to get my hair done and I've already packed my food. It's not hanging over my head. I know exactly what I'm going to eat until dinner, you know? Okay. So where are you going to invite? So you just need to find a space, and you need to have your why handy. The first book that I read in coaching was The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And he talks about not willpower. Willpower only gets you so far. You're going to peter out on Thursday. Am I right? Like, mama needs wine and chocolate on Thursday. I'm done with this diet. But your why power is that strong thing. So having it close by is good. And then, is it no more 9 to 5? Is it you refuse to quit on your fitness journey again? Is it something that you refuse to have in your life anymore, like debt, or do you want to go on a family trip? So have that nearby. So when you go to do the inviting, it's fueled by something more powerful than just Success Club, because those numbers get funky sometimes. Right. And we're just like, I don't even care about it anymore. Like, it's stupid. I don't even need to hit Success Club. That's stupid. So make sure that you have that, so that you can be like, you know what, I'm doing this for something other than just the number. Let it be your motivation. And then also, this is a quote that I heard at Super Saturday yesterday. And Jess Dukes, who her team is Superstar, and she's like, you're not tired, you're just uninspired. And I was like, oh goodness. You are not tired, you're uninspired. We all know that you hustled your butts to get to this retreat, you did the work and you had that extra inspiration. So what is that inspiration for you when you go to do those boring, monotonous follow-ups and invites? We all have a shit sandwich that we have to eat. This is one of them, I believe. I'm like, just eat it, because if I worked at Nordstrom, I'd have to eat that shit sandwich too. I don't like to cuss really, but it's so true. Like, it is like a shit sandwich, kind of. So anyways, get the inspiration, like, that laser focus that you get in your eyes when you're in 60-second plank and you're like, seriously, 60 seconds? Are you kidding me? And at the very last, when you're like pushing the energy out of your heels and you're making sure that your form's right, and your eyes are just steering like 3 to 5 inches in front of your hands, and you're like, oh, I hate you, Autumn. Why, God, why? But that focus in your eyes, that feeling that you have when you're pushing through that move that's so hard for you, that's the focus that you need to have when you sit down to do your invites. That's what you need to feel. Why? Because that is what you are doing this for your kids. You're doing this for your freedom. You're doing this for something that's very personal to you. And it can be selfish. If mama wants a new pair of shoes because she had made money this month, who cares? It can be selfish. Your why can be super selfish. You don't have to feel bad about that. Whatever like fires you up. My kids want a dog so bad. My husband's business has been crap. He has a startup company. He had a business partner that failed him this year. We've been essentially paying our bills with Beachbody, which was not the thought when I started. And it's been a blessing to us, and it's been an unexpected blessing. And so now when I show up, obviously we're paying our bills right now, but he's on the verge of doing some good things and his business is getting better. But like, my kids want a dog and they're expensive. They're like $2,900 for like the breeder, like $2,000. They're crazy. So I'm like, you know what? I just want to see the joy on my kids' face when they get that dog and when we can have a family pet. And that joy on my kids' faces is what fuels me to show up and do the invites, right? So think of that moment and that joy. And then why? So your why makes all the difference, like I kind of talked about. And another thing that I heard yesterday was productivity loves urgency. Okay. So you need to and this leads me to my next point of how, but make it a game for yourself. Set a timer and have that urgency in your belly when you go. We all know that our house gets super clean when we have someone coming over. Does it not? Are we like straight up ninjas for the 3 minutes that we have before our friends get there and we're like, oh, hey, welcome. Our house is always like this. No. Productivity loves urgency. Okay. So set a timer, make it a game. That's what we do with our kids. That's what we do in life in general. Like, crap, I have to leave for work and I only have 10 minutes. I better do, you know what I mean? Like, it's just how we are as humans. So we don't feel bad about it. When I started, I had a 3-year-old and a nursing baby. Urgency was my middle name. And so just think about that too. And then also, let's see. Oh, do you guys want me to kind of tell you how my timeline looks with like how I invite, like kind of the process and how many days in between they get an invite? So I do birthday messages, which Amanda, happy birthday, but you are currently coming off of my list because I do not want you to get an invite in approximately 30 days. Okay, my friend, you're going to go into my like do not contact list. Embarrassing. Hey, I just invited another Beachbody coach. Dude. So I send birthday messages every day. I like and comment. So I'll like send a birthday message and then I'll move them kind of through my pipeline. So then like after a week, I'll go and I'll like and comment on their stuff. And then after 3 weeks of that, they'll get an invite from me because that gives them just enough time to like either look at my stories or see my loud living my journey out loud and shining bright posts on social media. And then, that's just kind of a good way for me to do it. So if you haven't started doing birthday messages yet, you can just go down your friends list or go through your followers. Just click on your Instagram and go to whoever's following you and then just kind of filter from there. I do write their name down even if they didn't respond, like I just kind of track it that way. I have Streak that I use. I like the Gmail Streak, but there's so many different ways, and pen and paper works too. I just went to Brooke Lipoff's videos in YouTube, and I would play her tutorial on how to set up Streak on one window of my computer, and then I would have my other computer open so I could like pause her video, go and implement it, because it was so overwhelming to just sit and watch her YouTube. And I was like, I'm currently dead right now. Like, I'm not doing this Streak. This sucks. But if you can, have it and go and toggle, it took me a minute to get smart about that one. But anyway, I like Streak a lot. And so, but you could do it like you could just invite, and if they respond, write their name on a list too. Like a lot of coaches do that as well. But you just need a list. You just need a system. And then, let's see. Oh, the other thing is, coaches, I feel like sometimes we get a little nervous on what to say once they say sure or that they're interested. Am I right? Like we're like, oh crap, what do I say now? Oh my goodness, like I need to say the perfect thing. And so what I tend to say is, and this is just a thought that I heard once and I'm like, it's so true. Your best friend, guys, was a stranger the day before you met her. So I literally talk to everybody like they're my best friend, or like someone that I'm just like bumped into or met at a barbecue. Like just really be real, talk how you talk, treat them like you've known them since 4th grade. That is paramount, because if you overthink this thing, you're going to just, no, it's not going to go well. So that is kind of, how I come, like the heart that I come from. And then if you're like nervous, like, have we talked before? Or have we met in person? Or, I just try to ask questions that are open-ended enough to where they can give me enough information so that I don't put myself in like a bad situation of saying something silly. But I feel like the people that, or I'm like, when they respond like, sure, okay, I'll try the free workout. And then really I just come back with like, awesome, I'll send it over. And like, you could do a little video chat, but I always ask like, well, what makes you the most interested? If you can get them talking, you just need to ask them questions, right? What makes you the most interested? They're going to tell you. And then also, sometimes I'll ask like, do you struggle with nutrition at all? Because whatever they tell you that they struggle with nutrition, Shakeology can pretty much solve it. Not that you're going to immediately shove Shakeology down their throat, but it's going to be, you can write it in like a little friendship journal or write it in the notes of your Streak box. Like, okay, she has 20 pounds to lose. She struggles with eating breakfast or whatever she said. And then I'll ask like, do you have a fitness plan that you like? Are you working towards anything like a vacation or a reunion? And then if they say they go to Orange Theory or something, I'll just be like, oh, cool. That's awesome. I have some friends that do that. How many times a week do you go? Because maybe they need bod for the days that they're not at Orange Theory. I don't know how much those memberships are. Or do you like your results? You just have to ask them, like, are you liking your results? What have you noticed? Do you have any other goals? We are farmers planting seeds, guys. And when you look at it like that, when you go to plant your seed packs, it'll say on the back how long it takes, right? And I feel like for coaching, it takes 3 to 6 months for us to, sometimes it's faster. Sometimes people are really ready to start, but inviting is just planting that seed. Now you've got the cultivation period of them snooping you, or you sending them a birthday message, even though they didn't respond to your invite. That just happened to me. I sent her an invite and then a birthday message, and then her doctor told her she needed to get Beachbody on demand. So who did she message? Who did she just buy a big old challenge pack from? Me, because I had invited her and sent her a birthday message, and then her doctor says she needs BOD. I'm like, what? Be the loud one so you can be the go-to girl. And that starts with inviting too. And then what else? I think that's it. Oh, and then the other thing, guys, is Go for No. It's such a quick listen. I have Audible, and I want to listen to it again this year because I listened to it late last year and I was like, this book is amazing. Like, I just needed it for my inner motor to keep going. So yeah, I'm over on time. Sorry, girl. That's all I got.
So good. Thank you. We have brand new coaches too. I've been in the business just as long as you, but inviting is always, you can always hear it over and over and over. Hear the same things, but learn something new or re-energize something in you. And it was just really good to just hear some of those things again for me, and then for some of the newer coaches, probably just to hear it for the first time. So thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions or anything? We would love to see those scripts and stuff. I like the idea of sending the free workout. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Which one have you been sending?
I was doing Morning Meltdown, and I'm kind of just still doing that one because the work I haven't gotten a lot of traction when I talk about it in my stories. So I'm like, okay, let's, stay with Morning Meltdown for now because Jericho's a girl and kind of our market. So, and then I'll switch it to the bar blend as it gets closer because it's December 3rd is the launch for that one. But I know Lift 4 has a free one, right? I mean, there's been like quite a few free ones now. Transform 20, I offered that one when it was launching. So I kind of just go with what's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And yeah, I'd love to see those scripts.
Okay.
Sure. Does anyone have any questions or anything?
We have to get our picture.
Yes. We'll come close. That's what we did for the last one. We all
okay.
I want to get in the front, whoever wasn't. Love what you said about seeds. That's what I tell my coaches. But it's also the same for the coaching opportunity. Like it is all seeds being planted.
Mm-hmm. True. And like every time we go to Summit, it's almost like it kind of plants another seed in their heart. Like if they didn't go and they see us there or whatever. Yeah, I know.
Even this event, I think for us is a huge seed for people.
Yes, exactly. You have to be super loud about that for your team. Okay. So how do I hold my phone down? Okay. Cheese. You girls are so cute. What about our blue sweatshirts? I love.
Aren't they nice and warm?
Oh my goodness, I've been wearing it for 3 days straight. My husband's like, you should probably wash that. I'm like, okay.
Who does laundry around?
I love it. Oh, guys, thank you. I'll send the scripts over for you just so you can see wording.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much.
The best weekend. Have fun at the photo shoot. Holla. Rock those bodies. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.